First things first, I don't like perverts. I don't like assholes that come down here that think they can take advantage of fucking street people, that they can use them for their sexual gratification and get them to take pictures and weird them out and kill their self-esteem and just sort of do things that they know they're desperate for money, so they're going to partake in. Mind you, they wouldn't normally do because that's not who they are, but they've lost complete track of who they are as a person. They've had their ego distorted perhaps by somebody that took advantage of them at an earlier date and time. Therefore, they're at a place in their lives where they have no choice but to do things that they wouldn't normally do in order to make money and to have some semblance of a decent day or life. See, that's not me. But I witnessed that the other night, and have witnessed that in the past on these streets. And it happens to guys too. And again, I mean, that's happened to me past, previous, but it hasn't happened in the future going forward because I don't allow it to. So, going forward, as my aunt would say, goddamn, even though I don't like the woman, she still creeps into my vernacular from time to time. I feel like better care needs to be taken, and when it comes to abuse, equality needs to be practiced from people that are preaching that that is not a good thing, or that is not something that needs to ever happen or should be happening. And more guys need to have the courage to speak up. Because I get it, right? We're macho, we're tough, we're big, we're bad, we're all this. You know, when that kind of thing happens, that kind of puts a big hole in that, and it's twice as hard for us. Because it's not supposed to happen to us. It isn't, right? It's not supposed to, it's not supposed to go down that way and use things to that nature. It shouldn't happen. I shouldn't say, I should say that it shouldn't happen to anybody. But it's twice as hard for a man to admit it because there's all those extra proclivities there that seem to plague those statements when it comes from the male part of the gender spectrum. Somebody asked me this morning if I quit hard drugs. Yes. I don't do hard drugs, have since I was 24 years of age. I had a great sponsor ages ago that taught me all the prayers and everything else. Good ways of life if I was to move forward as a sober human being and not, continually having selfish behavior that would plague my relationships, attention seeking, and all this other bullshit, and simply be the man that God always wanted me to be and meant for me to be. And this man is a good man, and he's got some stuff in his whatever, but hell, last time I talked to him, I said, we'll say hi again in 10 years. He said, I agree. So he's a good human being. He's a fine member of the species. As far as I know, he's still up to no good. I say that as a joke. I imagine he's doing fine, helping people as he always does. And I have nothing but respect for him, and I wish him nothing but love. And it's funny how people can cross our paths maybe when they're not meant to, but rather when something was there to be taught, or something was there to be learned, or behaviors were meant to change, or maybe just saving you from a fate that would have been not your own, but something that was destined to happen if you continued on the path that you were on. In any event, things get misunderstood. Shit happens. People come to their own conclusions based on limited information that they have of you, not of the whole entire picture. a lot of times people's assumptions and how they interpret you as a human being are sadly based on bias, hurt feelings, past abuse, things to that nature, that they base their conclusions on, lumping you in the sum of that one particular gentleman that hurt you or hurt them or made them feel like crap or abused them at one point in time, and perhaps using you as a punching bag, or perhaps, using you as a punching bag because they weren't able or didn't have the opportunity to stick up to that gentleman or lady for the nastiness that they put them through. So can you fault them? No, probably not. Should people take more care in using the experiences that life gives us as a learning curve so that that kind of thing does not happen again? I dare say so.